It could be a magic bullet in the battle of the bulge. Scientists now testing a cocktail of powerful drugs. Taken together, they helped obese patients lose nearly 10% of their total body weight. Robert Ferguson is a nutritionist, helps us break this down. All right, Robert, what do you make of this? It sounds like a combination of a weight loss drug and an anti-epilepsy drug. How does it work?
Well, you know what? It's always good to hear that there's a new silver bullet on the market. But phentermine, that became very popular when you had fen-phen, back in 1959, and it's great for helping with suppressing one's appetite. However, the combination of phentermine with Topamax, which is the name it goes by as far as a product, is demonstrating that it actually can help a person not only curb their appetite, but increase the likelihood of them being able to lose more weight compared to other drugs like Ally.
All right, now we understand that last year the makers of these drugs tried to get this passed as a new silver bullet by the FDA, but they were rejected. They're doing more studies now. Do you think that this may push the FDA to start down this path to approval?
Well, I hope it doesn't come through personally, just because I know that as part of this study, what was demonstrated was that with the help of better nutrition, becoming more active, as well as having a counselor, you actually are better able to drop the pounds. So if you take out the placebo and you take out the drugs, just with a healthier lifestyle, you're going to get the same results, if not better. And it's something that is sustainable.
Now, I'm sure you hear this from folks all the time. I don't have the time to exercise. I don't have the time to cook right. I mean, are we Americans a little bit too spoiled and expecting that there will be some magic pill that we can take?
Yes, we are. We're sitting back on the couch waiting for that silver bullet. But the reality is it doesn't have to be that difficult. You know, once you get your mind right, you can get your body tight. And it's just a matter of meeting a person where they are. And I believe that if we take these studies and spend more time on helping the person or holding their hand and putting them on the right track, then they can drop the body fat. And it's just a matter of time before we come back to the realization that it's not so much the drug, but it's really mindset and getting our mind wrapped around an opportunity to reduce our waistline is more likely to happen than if we continue to look for some silver bullet.
All right, the study showed that 10% of the body weight came off within a year with this combination of drugs. And because we have so many issues here in the U.S. with heart disease and diabetes and other things, I mean, should we be happy about anything that would help drop the pounds, whether it's, drugs or exercise and diet?
Of course. I mean, look. We have this obesity epidemic. Not only is it tackling us adults, but it's hindering the opportunities for our kids. And the reality is that we want to get everybody healthier. However, I think the secret or the solution is really in the kitchen and not so much in the labs. And so we can just take a couple more steps back and focus there, then we're still going to get the same results. Because even in this study, what was demonstrated over this period of time is that with the help of a counselor, someone to help reinforce the habits that you're wanting to make part of your lifestyle, you're more likely to be successful. And we know through other scientific studies where if you have a counselor and if you upgrade your nutrition and become more active, that you double the likelihood of losing the weight. And 10% weight loss is going to help with things like heart disease, and it's going to help with diabetes. And so that is like a big first goal for many people. So taking these baby steps, or at least raising the consciousness, is going to help everybody. So even when they come out with a new silver bullet, I like that idea because it gets us to question it, and then it puts us on the track where we can literally be successful and keep the fat from coming back.
All right, Robert, very quickly, I want to ask you, you mentioned fen-phen up front, and I remember that was so hot years ago. They discontinued it because of dangerous side effects, and I actually knew somebody who was buying it on the black market because he'd taken off like 100 pounds with it. Any potential dangers with these drugs that you're worried about up front?
Well, you know what? There's so many side effects with all these drugs, but one of the things that continue to be overlooked is when you actually are losing weight and you're losing more of the body weight coming from your lean muscle tissue, that's going to set you up for other problems later. One, you slow your metabolism. Two, you experience this disease called sarcopenia, which means vanishing flesh in Greek. All that means is that you're more likely to find yourself in a nursing home in your mature golden years than not. So we want to look at the type of weight that we're losing, and not all weight loss is created equal. So looking at your metabolism and taking care of your body, that's most important.
Always the best advice. Robert Ferguson, thanks so much for joining us today.